Hey YouTube, this is Frugal. Now I'm here with something special. I have declassified military equipment. Actually, it's kind of not. It is the long-awaited X55 Rhino from Saitek. You people were asking for me to take a look at this. You people. So here it is. Camera person, could you pan down? Thank you. Here it is. Saitek sent it across, ready for Frugal to review it. I'm gonna do a full review. You're gonna see everything about this and how to set it up. But I thought we would do something unique here today, and we will undress the box, do the customary unboxing. My wife actually saw this box and said, wouldn't it be cool if the joysticks actually look like that and they were all kind of crystal? So Saitek, if you're listening, we want a crystal special edition and my wife can have one. Anyway, let's unbox this. So, now I think this has previously been unboxed. It was checked by Monty at Saitek, so I'm not sure how good a job he did at repacking it. Hopefully pretty good. There is a pamphlet of paper, hopefully you can see that. That is the manual. Now a number of people I've seen get this and say, oh, this doesn't have a manual. Because we live in the electronic age and manuals get updated, so head online and you can get the most current up-to-date manual rather than print it on cardboard and it's out of date. So there is a quick start guide, how to set everything up, 2 USB controllers, one for the throttles, one for the joystick, just like a certain other joystick that we're not allowed to mention, Thrustmaster. Yeah, just like that. But substantially cheaper. Egg carton. You don't care about egg carton. Now, this is key. You got this on the camera there? This is key. This is the spring set. This is why I'm so excited about this joystick. The joystick has an interchangeable spring. You can simply unscrew the base, lift the stick off, pull the spring off, put another spring on, and away you go. Why would you want to do that? Well, the springs are different weights. So if you're flying an F-16 or an F-18, you put a very, very heavy spring on, which allows very little movement. If you're flying a Huey, you put a very light or no spring on, very fine control. Spring set. First joystick from Saitek to do that. The X55, by the way, is the natural successor to the X52 Pro, and also the X65, which is a force-sensing joystick. Here is the Throttle Quadrant. It feels ever so good. It has been previously unboxed. I can see that someone's been fiddling. That'd be Monty. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. How cool is that? Now, this is a tensioning spring here on the side. You can make this tighter or looser. I think I'm loosening it by going that way. And if I'm correct, no, I understood. Oh, I actually tightened it up. Wow, that's really heavy. I tightened it up. Man, that takes a lot of movement. But you'll notice this is a $200 set. $200 HOTAS set compared to a certain other joystick HOTAS, which is like $400 to $600. So it is a little bit light. It doesn't feel massively chunky, but look, that is a heavy, heavy spring in there. It is not moving on this shiny table. Bear that in mind. It's all a question of the angle. If you're going to be underneath it, so if you have it on a desk above you and you're kind of pushing up, then that's going to move it. Try to position it where you're pressed down on it. Just loosening the spring there. There we go. Look at that. Such a nice spring. You can see how gently that's moving. I love that about this. The HOTAS from Thrustmaster doesn't do that. You can make this very, very nice and silky smooth. Wow. And it actually feels really good. Now there's a way of locking these together. I think they are currently locked. Here they are. I can't see how to unlock them because obviously I've not read the manual. Here we go. Now they're unlocked. So 2 throttles, independent throttles there. We have a twisty knob here, which is also a button. There is another twisty knob here. These are called rotaries, guys. Here, which is not a button. Down here on the front, that is a 3-way hat. Cool. Button, button, another rotary, and a button. You see that there? Down here, 4 and 8-way buttons and switches. This is insane. A slider, don't know why, but it looks amazing. A big scary red button. This is pretty cool. Oh, a mouse. There's a mouse. I hate to use the word nipple, but it is a mouse nipple, such as you would get on a notebook. These switches. Can you see these switches, Mr. Camera Person? Yeah? Look, they're springs. I thought when I first saw this in their press release they weren't springs, but they are. That's kind of cool. which means, presumably when you program this, if you don't use Saitek's own software, that's going to be button 1, that's button 2. They're just two-way, back to center every time. 2 more rotaries here, oh my god. More springs here, with a very chunky click to them. I like that a lot. And I gotta tell you, I mentioned on the preview video I did, I had the X55. I didn't like the joystick, I did love the throttle. This feels very similar to the X65. Look at that, I'm just holding that and that's naturally right on my pinky finger. That's like chap and flare, easy chap and flare. Very cool. There's a mode switch here. If you program this through Saitek's own software, then you can have up to 3 different sets of programmed buttons. So this button here could do one thing in mode 1, completely different thing in mode 2, completely different thing in mode 3. I am going to be producing profiles of this for the various sims. My idea actually for the Hilo sims, which is something I'm very passionate about, is I'm going to use this mode switch in DCS. So mode 1 is going to be the Black Shark, mode 2 is the Huey, and mode 3 is going to be the MI8. So having all of the helicopters on one joystick profile would be cool. Anyway, that is the Throttle Quadrant. Ooh, the stick of joy. Here it is. This is nice. This is very, very nice. Wow. There is the joystick, modeled after an F-18 by the looks of things. It feels good. Obviously, given the price point, and given that it's a successor to the 52s and the 55s, sorry, 52s and 52 Pros, it is plastic, it's not metal. That doesn't really matter though. It's got that nice textured rubberized feel, that non-slip, I am not getting out of your hand feeling to it, which is cool. Trigger feels good. Single stage trigger, paddle down there, and then the various hats. Up here, 1, 2, 3 hats there. There's another one. Is that a hat or a button? That's just a button. That's just a button on the side. Oh, pinky switch as well. Paddle, pinky. Cool. And the bass. Here is the bass. Again, not massively heavy, which I don't actually mind. The heavy sets that you can get, sometimes they're a little bit cumbersome to set up and move around. This is a good weight. It's hard to explain that, but this is a good weight. Not crazy heavy, doesn't feel like it's going to leap around on the desk. And sure enough, I can pull the table with it. That's pretty good, right? Non-slippy. Can you shift your table with your joystick? So this, the spring goes on here, then we put this on the top, and then we just tighten this up. It's like a ratchet. I'm not doing it right, am I? There we go, wrong way. And we're all set. So no spring in there. There is a spring in there. You see that? I'm sorry. Can you see that? I'm getting the camera going all over the place here. Sorry, I'm very excited. There is a spring already in here. There. So we're going to take that off later on in one of the other videos and show how to change that. But we're all set up. Guys, my hands are not monster hands. They're programmer hands. So they're not crazy ass huge boxer hands or anything. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Was a little worried that there's no adjustability on this, like a ton of adjustability on the sidewalk fly. None on this, it doesn't matter. That's really nice. I'm resting on this rest really well. And look, okay, a little bit of side-to-side movement, lifting up off the table there if you really give it some. But if you're doing that with an aircraft, then something's gone horribly wrong anyway, so who cares? But there you go. Twisty rudder as well. If you don't have rudder pedals, this will serve you until you get them. I recommend the Saitek ones. Anyway, that's my unboxing. Thanks for watching. Do stay tuned to this very channel. You can do that by clicking on subscribe, and then you'll be notified when the review comes out. The proper full-on how does this work review video, and obviously hints and tips on how to program it. See you soon, guys.